So welcome back to the channel Quant Apprenticeships. In this video we will be going through dollar cost averaging specifically for students, what it is and how to sort of carry out this method. Time in the market is always better than trying to time the market, and dollar cost averaging will show you that by investing and averaging out your cost basis, you're more likely to make profits over the long term. So let's get into it. So what is dollar cost averaging? DCA or dollar cost averaging is when you invest small consistent amounts over time. This is when, let's say you have the price of something of a stock is it can either go up and down, but if you constantly invest at, let's say, in specific intervals, like every week or every month, you're getting an average of that price. So if it's gone up and then it goes down straight away, you're in the middle. If it keeps going up, instead of buying right at the bottom or right at the top, you're buying in the middle. The point of this is because you never know what's going to happen really. You don't know when something might happen around the corner, like a world war or a stock market crash. At least this way you're able to average your cost, which for long term is your best way of doing it. Especially as a student, you want to have a very low average. Sometimes you might be unlucky and it might just keep rising, but if you let me wait right now and invest in a week, you think it might drop. But if instead you invested every single day, you will have a lower average because you've invested as it's gone up, but on the first day it was lower. Just like if you started investing at the top and next day in a week later it was at the bottom, you're still going to be in the average range. You can try wait it out, but it could keep rising, and that might mean that you get in at a price 5, 10, 20% higher that you wanted to join in at. So this is an example of dollar cost averaging. On the left side, what you can see is a graph. As you can see on the orange line, it's going up, then it goes down. But if you keep buying in every single month, on the dotted line, you can see that your average price is a straight line. But over time, typically, the stocks are going to rise. So your average is lower, but as it continues to rise, you're going to begin to make more and more profit because you're not taking that risk. You're just putting the money in every single month. Now, if that stock continue to drop, yeah, your average will become lower. But if, hopefully it will rise again. If you're investing in a good company or a good strong ETF, you will eventually make profits and it will be strong profit. On the right side, the lump sum, as you can see here, if you just put in, let's say on the left side over the course of 5 months, you're putting in £200, and the right side in 1 month you put in £1,000. Your average is now much higher. In this case, at £40,000, but on the left side is £30,000. So if it now shoots up to £60,000, one side you're going to be in profit of 30 grand, the other side you're only going to be in profit of £20,000. This is the beauty of dollar cost averaging, because if it goes down, you're able to still invest constantly, but you're able to bring your average down, which means if it does go back up, you're able to make bigger profit. Of course, there's a chance that it might keep going down and down and down, but you never know what's going to happen. And if you're investing in companies, you should be investing in companies that are likely to go back up. Being so young, this is what you're going to be looking at: growth stocks that are going back up. And the best way to make profit is by dollar cost averaging. So you get a good average price. So when does go back up, you're in the profit. So the reason why dollar cost averaging works for students, and which is why it's the best way to invest, is because you should have time on your side. Being a student, you're probably looking around the ages of 18 to 21, let's say. You could be above or below. You should have a lot more years of your future ahead of you. If you're able to average out your cost basis right now, and you don't have to be putting in 100, 200,000 pounds a week or a month, it can be something like £20. If you put in £20 a week, let's say, over a month that's £80. But because you've averaged at that price, instead of putting down £100 at the end of the month, because you've averaged out every single week, you're gonna have a potentially a lower cost basis, which means that when it goes back up, you'll have a better average price. It is so essential that you start investing at a young age to really gain the impact of long-term investing. You can easily make a lot of money and a lot of profit if you start young, and the best way to start is by dollar cost averaging, just because there's no risk in timing the market. You want to spend your time in the market rather than try to time the market, just because you don't know what's going to happen. If you get a good base average line, you can just keep going from there and building and building and building from there. So tips to start dollar cost averaging, it is really simple. In the UK, you want to open an account with Trading 212. They have this pie feature where you pick something that you want to invest in. It could be a couple. As a student, I would recommend into an ETF like the S&P 500, which tracks the top 500 companies in the US. What it will do is, let's say you set up a pie of £20 a week. What it will do is it will take £20 from your bank account every single week, and if that individual stock was to go up or to go down, because you're putting in £20 a week, it will take an average of that price, and over time that will, let's say the stock grows, because you have a lower average that's constant, you're not lumped in right at the top or at the bottom. You can have a good average and you should be making good profit. Remember, we are long-term investing, so you shouldn't really be seeing results in 2-3 days. You should be looking at 6 months, years, 5 years. This is where you will see the profits and the benefits of dollar cost averaging. So thank you for watching the video. I hope it has helped. Hopefully you've picked up something from this and you will learn from this. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll try and make more videos like this, and please leave a comment below. If you want more help with your apprenticeship journey, or if you want to know how to get an apprenticeship, click the link below where I have a PDF on how to get an apprenticeship with all the steps and tips and tricks. Thank you for watching.